match. It's going to be PvZ on Echelon Waste. In the top left, we have the pink Protoss from Knights Gaming. It's Sjaak.
And on the bottom right side, from Clan Exe USA, it's Hephaistas.
Yes.
So it's Greek, but what was he? Was he a god?
No, he wasn't a god, that's for sure. I don't. It's been a while since I've had decent Greek mythology classes, so I fail to remember entirely.
Anyone in the chat, go Wikipedia it. Let us know. And yes, a PvZ. What's your take on this game on this map?
Well, in a PvC like this, by the way, I really like the version in the matchups which we are casting. Like if we had to cast all PvP all night long, you know, I'd grow a beard, so to speak. And yeah, on this map, I've seen a couple of very cool strats by Zergs who would go for a 2-base. Well, I wouldn't call it an all-in, but they would tech the swarm hosts really quickly, and then take a Nidus and just Nidus the front of their opponent's base, and then just go swarm host corruptor with a bunch of queens, like 8 or 10, and then just make crawlers, spines and spores, and just slowly push forward until your opponent, the Protoss, of course, kind of dies, which is really cool to watch unless you're a Protoss. But yeah, not sure if that's going to be the same build. Actually, Hephaistas here going for the 15 hash. Bit greedy from his part, but on the other hand, we have Sjaak not scouting, so and actually going for a gateway first, which is also kind of unusual. You know, no force first at the wall.
Yeah, and from Sjaak we see so far a very standard opening. Going for the gateway first. There's always a decision you have to make. Are you going to go force fast expand or are you going to go gateway first? On this map, I like the decision Sjaak is taking because of the really tremendously big ramp at the natural expansion. He's going to go ahead and throw down the Nexus quite early anyway. Not going to go for that gas, but against any early pool, he can get some Zealots out, he can scout it out and react to it properly. And I think that's really the best way to take at it on this map. There's also going to be panel on the high ground, so he won't go for that big wall off anytime soon. A simulator coming as well, so some stalkers should be heading out as well. You see that Hephaistas is actually really paranoid at his expansion. Yeah. He's moving a drone back and forward. He doesn't want to get cannon rushed.
Yeah, but that's a really good move. You know, he has no overlord there, so he has to know if there's cannons around there. And cannons is not something he has to be afraid of, as there is, of course, no forge. But what he is going to have to be, you know, careful of is early gateway pressure, because cybernetic score is already past halfway done. We're going to see, you know, he doesn't have that much chrono boost, but we're going to see warp gate once that finishes, and he might do a very cool zealot timing to harass either the upcoming third or just try to kill a couple of drones at the natural.
Yep, and I do see God of Blacksmiths and Artisan from Kunani. There we go. Thank you so much for that. That really, I always like hearing about those things. I mean, someone takes a name on StarCraft, someone takes a name in any game, and there has to be a reasoning behind it. So he just wanted to be a blacksmith, couldn't be it, so took the name of the God of Blacksmiths. There you go. And this probe is going to get picked off in the middle of the map, and that's going to be a small loss by Sjaak. No, actually, the Knight going to send in that Zealot. I mean, let's see how he micros that Zealot. So far, decent by both players.
Oh, Zealot actually going to get away there with quite a few kills, and well, these two are going to part ways, and Sjaak taking the slight economic advantage here. Yeah, well played here by Sjaak, microing that Zealot, taking no losses whatsoever, and now he has actually a few Zealots as well as a Mothership Core out on the way, so we might see a bit of Zealot harassment coming out from him soon.
Yep, it's gonna be late, but he is starting his wall of Gateway Forge and Photon Cannon. Mothership Core is already out, and on the other side we have Hephaistas moving some overlords in decent positions around the base of Sjaak, so he can use them later on for scouting. Now it looks like Sjaak is going to move out and try and poke in, do some damage, but there's no links on the map. There's nothing that can see this army coming, so it's gonna be very hard to defend, I feel like, for Hephaistas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he's got good overlord spread, but not good enough, and I think Hephaistas is not gonna see these Zealots move in, so he's even further away from a good position that he wanted to be. Second pylon going up at the front, warp gate about to finish as well. Well, +1 is on the way, but it's not yet finished, and wow, you know, it's good that he has these queens, because otherwise defending this is going to be even harder.
Yep, queens of course also very decent against the Mothership Core. I think they trade around the one-on-one value. and 3 Zealots. Well, if you micro the Queens, you should be able to defend it. He doesn't have any links, though. He is making a Spinecrawler in anticipation of the extra Warpins, and it will go ahead and be more Zealots coming in for Sjaak.
Yeah. Making these links is not something that Hephaistas really wants to do. You know, he wants to get that economy going, and really, you know, maybe it was him. Like he's getting extra gases right now. Maybe it was him who was doing the whole swarm host, you know, Nidus 2 base at this point, because he really doesn't seem to have any plans to go for a 3 base build.
Nope, and we also have a Stargate coming on the way from Sjaak, noticeably. So that is going to catch his opponent off guard a little bit, I feel like, because he hasn't scouted anything of the sort. It is a Spinecrawler poking to death these Zealots, and there are some links, but they will go down quickly. It's all going to come down to the Queens, I think.
Yeah, this is the danger of you know, the gateway expand from Protoss, them getting that +1 and doing a sick timing with Zealots. And wow, these Queens are moving away, trying to run away very slowly. But it isn't looking too good, and you know, Hephaistas is just caught with his pants down. He has no Roach Warren, he has no Hydros, he doesn't have enough Spinecrawlers to defend this properly. I'm, you know, he's going to take a lot of damage here, or maybe just even lose the game straight up.
Yep, he's throwing down Spinecrawlers, but throwing down Spinecrawlers in a line of Zealots and Mothership Core is not the best idea. And now we see Hephaistas GG's out, and it's gonna go to game 2.